Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here talking about more Overwatch League. We've been on this Overwatch League grind. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours talking about Overwatch League in a different sense, different video. Let's do this. I can't take my chair down any lower. Yeah, so we've been talking about Overwatch League for a minute here. So let's get into the final video that I'm actually doing here. So I sort of went through, after making the 2020 schedule video, I went through and said, wow, there's a couple of good ideas here for videos that I really want to talk about. So let's get into it. If you haven't checked out those videos, we talked about the 2020 schedule. We talked about the 2019 playoffs, how that's going to work. We also talked about what I just do. The 2020 contracts, roster, stuff like that. So now we're going to talk about the Overwatch League awards. Last year they had 2 awards. This year they're doing 5. So the first one is the Dennis Hawelka Award. I hope I didn't say his name wrong. I didn't really know who the dude was. I just know that he was very important to Overwatch and gaming community in general. And I don't want to say his name wrong, so I'm only going to say it one time. But that award, of course, is given out last year. Basically, it's to the player who has the shining example of positive influence on their teammates, the organization, the community. So I think that's a really cool award. I like those awards a lot in every sport. I think that's a really, really cool award and honor to get. Very similar to seeing the Man of the Year award for NFL. That's just so cool to see the things that the players do to impact their communities and their teams and stuff like that. So I think it's a really awesome award, and I'm really glad that they're continuing that. And I just like to sort of, the awards that sort of show what the players do outside of their game, outside of their sport, and show their impact in the community and things like that. It's just an awesome award, and I'm excited to see who gets it this year and see their impact that they've had throughout the year. Things you don't really get to see necessarily in matches. The second award is Role Stars. This is the first year of this award. The 2019 Overwatch League Role Stars class will selection the top 4 players per in-game role. So damage, tank, and support. So there's 12 players. There'll be a top tier cross-team roster representing the best of the best in the league. Snapshot of the elite players that fans can look back on. Finally, remember, the winners get a special recognition during the 2020 season. So I'm assuming this is something that we see sort of like the all teams, It's that type of thing. The all first team for NBA and the all pro players for NFL, that type of thing. If you're the top player in your role. So we'll have 3 different teams. We'll be able to see sort of, or is it 3 or 4 teams? I don't know. But we'll see, who is the best of the best. And this year is voted on by the general managers, head coaches, broadcast team, and the media. Vote on players eligible to be measured via the player impact rating system. I don't know what that is. Kind of want to click, but I don't want to lose this article. Oh, it's a new thing. Player impact rating. This is a new thing that they launched. It's how much do they impact the match. So basically, the first season of Overwatch League, we solved half the problem by normalizing stat accumulation as a rate per 10 minutes, which equated roughly to the average of a map duration. This one on players' hero pairings were always able to compare apples to apples. It was not good enough in the long run. Stat aggression across the entire map or match has less analytic power compared to moments of greater significance. Team fights. Team fights allow us to focus directly on the most important time span of each map. By knowing when team fights begin and end, remove the fluff and build a more valuable aggressions. So basically, the issue is like, if you say you had a stat per 10 minutes and you had 15 kills per 10 minutes, or you did 5,000 damage per 10 minutes. That's helpful instead of saying you did 5,000 damage per match, which I actually didn't really like the per 10 minute stat, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more with Overwatch League. So basically, the way that works is that you can sort of tell, you know, in 10 minutes, because that's how typically a match is, you average 15 kills. So if a match is, 12 minutes, the per 10 minute stat will be relatively accurate. Because over a 15-minute period, you'd expect to have, if you have 15 kills in 10 minutes, you expect to have maybe 20 kills, Or, yeah, you have 20 kills in that time, and then over 20-minute period, you expect to have 30 kills. But it says the challenge of comparing apples to an orange wins to the tracer still remains. So over the last few months, inspired by several point system ranges from fantasy esports. So I'm assuming fantasy sports. You know how you get a certain point value. We'll take football for example. If a quarterback does a touchdown, the yards count into that, and the touchdown is worth a couple points, and that stuff. Fantasy football is really fun too. Love playing, love looking at the points and who does what. Set it for my draft. I believe this on September 1st. It's gonna be hype. So impact points is this thing, an accurate method of measuring each hero's contribution to a team fight, where each hero is balanced via a 2-tiered process. I didn't even know this existed. Oh my god, this is a long ass article. Basically, though, it's a system where they can sort of, the main point is that you start at a minimum of 100 points. And then you go from there. So, basically, it's kind of like a quarterback rating. You look at this for football. You got your QBR. Those types of things. You can see your quarterback rating is 60 for a match. You're like, wow, that sucked. Or your QBR is 150 is the highest you can have. It's similar to that. So basically, it sort of comes down to what the player impact rating system, or PIR, how that works. Whatever the PIR says, these are the top players. General managers, head coaches, broadcast talent, and media vote on that. And they have to play 60% of minimum possible matches. And that is given out August 31st. Oh, the first award's given out August 30th. These are during the play-in tournaments in a couple weeks. Next week, actually. Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year is a very, very cool thing. I always like to sort of see who wins the best new player. Of course, 2018 we didn't have a Rookie of the Year because every player was a rookie. Technically, there was no real rookies last year because every player was new because it was a new league. But the second year you have Rookie of the Year. So basically, any player who didn't play last season is eligible for Rookie of the Year. Basically, it says players are eligible if they were not contracted in the previous season, which shows that this season. So basically, if you didn't sign a contract in 2018, you're eligible. So whatever the end period of that, I think it was like July or August last year. As long as you sign after that, and you weren't signed before, you can do it. So a team like Vancouver, all those players are eligible. A lot of the players on Guangzhou and Hangzhou and Chengdu, and I think a lot of them on Shanghai as well. Not an expansion team, but still. A lot of these expansion teams, a lot of teams that have built like whole new rosters, a lot of them are eligible. That's voted on by general managers, head coach, broadcast, talent, and the media. And that is voted on, or the winner of that is given out September 5th, the first day of the playoffs. The regular season MVP, that goes until August 25th, which is just a couple days away. The last day of the Overwatch League, so on Sunday, August 25th, that ends. If you didn't vote, I recommend checking it out. You can vote either on Twitter, WeChat, which I know is in China, and Overwatch League Twitch page. That includes Sinatra, Super, Twilight, Janu and Jexway. Is that his name? Jexway? I believe so. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I know he's on Hanzhou. Yeah. So those players are all available to vote for. I voted for Janu myself. But, yeah. That's available to be voted on. And the fan vote counts for 25% of the overall vote. Which is also voted on by... I'm assuming the same thing. Yeah, fan vote is 25%. Combined votes for general manager, head coach, and the media. Oh, the talent team doesn't get to vote on that? Huh. Of course, Jarnac won last year. I'm assuming the winner of this award probably is going to get a... some all flying around. Not anymore, dummy. I'm assuming the winner of that probably will get a league skin. Not a league skin, but a skin next year. And then, of course, we have the Grand Finals MVP, which is voted on by Twitter and Twitch fan votes combined with votes from, again, general manager, head coach, broadcast talent, and media. I'm assuming the broadcast talent does get to vote for the season MVP. They just forgot to list it. So, again, that's the same thing that happens. Basically, the voting starts right when the grand final starts, September 29th. And right when the match is over, it's done. Profit won it last year for London Spitfire. So, yeah. Oh, also the first award was won by Mickey. I didn't mention that. Of Dallas Fuel. But, yeah. So it's very cool. There's 2 new awards. The Rookie of the Year and the Roll Stars. I'm very interested to see who wins Rookie of the Year. And of course, MVP. But yeah, overall, I think it's very, very interesting. A lot of new awards in here, or 2 new awards. I don't really know what else they could do awards for, but very, very cool overall. Yeah, I'm interested to sort of see what they do, like whoever wins. Are they getting a skin next year too? Oh, also the Winston skin looked very, very cool for the London Spitfire winning championship skin. That's a really, really nice design. I like it a lot. I will buy it when it's available. But yeah, I'm assuming that's probably like $10. But yeah, overall the Overwatch League seems to be getting some great awards going. A lot of cool stuff. Very, very interested to sort of see what they come up with for 2020. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.